Welcome to my amazing Power Berserker rotation guide. In this guide I will explain in depth how to queue up your skills properly, which skills you do not want to cancel early, how to do the proper opening, and I will not go through the whole rotation. You can find this on Snowcross. For the benching, we know we go with 10 boons and 10 conditions. This is the agreement we have. It's not really important for Berserker, but it is important that you don't take stability. Yeah. First things first, the opener we do with the headbutt into outrage. Because as you know, you get full adrenaline from headbutt, so you can immediately start. It's really important, the trick to use headbutt, then use berserk, and then use outrage, because you get 4-second increase of your berserk uptime, so you want to use it after you go into berserk. So I'll show it very slowly, and now I will try to show it fast. Neat little trick as well: if you're benching on berserker and you are stuck in berserk before you can start, you can take eternal champion, you can go out of berserk, so you can start benching again. So I will do it now immediately and use an F1 afterwards as well. It looks like this, very fast. One more time. You should also wait for Berserker's power, because otherwise you are cheating. That is how it goes. Now I will explain how queuing skills work on Berserker or in Guild Wars 2 in general. The most important thing is that you can use another skill while one skill is already going on. For example, I use 2 and I already press 3, and it will immediately go after. Same with dual strike and throw axe, and that will go after immediately. This is to reduce the downtime between skills, so unless you are a bot or using a macro, this is the fastest way to make skills go off after each other. In Berserk, this is even more important with your F1 skill, which you can also queue up. So F1 to 3, F1 or 3 and F1 as well. How I do it is I hold F1. So when I'm using my skills, I do 2, 3 and I'm holding F1 already. So now with the full rotation at the start, or for the full opener at the start, you have this, then immediately wild blow, 2, 4, F1, 5, or whirling axe. So you queue up everything in here except the whirling axe at the end is a bit special. As you can see, when you're using whirling axe, you get the bar under it. You want to complete it and a bit later. You want to get the full 15 hits of it. This bar that you see is a bit deceptive. It kinda just lies to you, since it's 0.5 seconds afterwards is still the skill going off, so you don't immediately cancel it when the bar is open. You cancel it with your F1, so let me go in Berserk, 5, almost over, and F1, because it also has an aftercast. I was a little bit slow this time, so we'll do it again, and F1. After that, you have your Cyclone Axe, also a skill you do not want to interrupt too fast before you weapon swap. As you can see, it has 2 hits. You want to have the 2 hits before you weapon swap. So 2 hits and weapon swap. If you do it too fast, you only get 1 hit, and that's not good. Very bad. So now with the full opener, and then we end on Greatsword. And we have the whirling axe, Greatsword, heal skill, great sword again. So how this works is you can also queue up most of the skills here, as you can see with this F1 heal skill F1, and then you can queue up 100 blades. So heal skill F1 and 100 blades. 100 blades you want to complete completely. You need to get that last final strike, otherwise you won't have enough adrenaline for the next part. Because you will use blade trail and then immediately F1. The reason why we don't use blade trail before 100 blades is because we want the second part to go off in X, so we get the additional ferocity bonus. So how it looks like this. 1 blade trail, F1, immediately swap after you see the hit. That is it for the great sword rotation. And now I will go and showcase the full rotation. Now, for the rotation, a neat little trick you can do here is you start slightly inside of his hitbox, so the animation of headbutt is a bit shorter. Just keep up queuing skills, as you will see at my buttons that I'm already pressing it while it is while the other skills are going off. You can see I cancel my headbutt with outrage very fast. And here you can also see my opener is pretty good. For general rule, if it's around 43k you are doing a great opener. Anything above is happy moment because of weapon strength. See, I fall off pretty hard after this. That is just how it is. If you do everything correctly, you will be able to stay in Berserk for the full golem. And if you don't, then you are too slow. The moment which is important is like at the last 10% when you do your last headbutt. If you're on time, you can do it. If you're too late, then you can't do it. So I am on time, I can do it. And there we go. I could have ended the number a bit higher if I cancelled my whirling axe and swapped to greatsword earlier. Here's the build. Just a normal on Snowcross build. Here's a little thing. The destruction of empowered is good on some bosses. Most importantly on Adina, Kadim 1 and Kadim 2, because these bosses have boons. I would not advise you to take this on other bosses, since it really doesn't do anything, and the Condi cleanse can be really helpful sometimes. For example on Doom, on Soul Split, if you're far away and you go back and then you can Condi cleanse yourself the 6 torment stacks. So I would advise you to keep it on the Condi cleanse unless you know that the boss is gonna have boons. Then now for the actual build, the equipment, I use Scholar Runes. The reason why is you get more out of Scholar Runes than Dragon Hunter Runes because of the trait we have, which gives us ferocity based on percentage of our power. Then another small thing is I use Sigil of Air here on benchmark, but if the boss has any form of CC bar or has adds, it is better to use what is it called? Impact, because Air Sigil can be eaten by mobs. So, what to do if you are out of Berserk actually? Well, you use your Whirling Axe immediately if it's off cooldown. If it's later, then you don't use it. You use 4, 2 and 3, and otherwise you complete your auto attack chain. Then, if Berserk is almost off cooldown, like 6 seconds, you go to Greatsword, use Whirling Axe, 100 blades, blade trail, and then you do the opener without using headbutt. So the opener just without headbutt. Then there is another thing. If you are on bosses that need a lot of CC, like Slotosaur, like Samurog, like Sabir, just go double mace. Or like single mace. And this is just, you're griefing if you're not. So please just do that. Even more if you're doing it in pugs. And if you really want to do Greatsword, at least take Parasigil on it. So you're not griefing that much. Then there is one last small thing. Sometimes you use Signet of Fury instead of Wild Blow because you want to make your Berserk end early. It's not because you do more damage, it's because you can make it so your Berserk ends right when the boss faces, and that you have your Berserk up again when the boss is hittable again. For example, on VG, on Gorseval, on Adina. I would still advise you to only do this in actual statics or high KP groups and to not do this in pugs. For the rest, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something and maybe see you in game. Lindsay out.